Started off dreaming, now we blow bags for the fuck of it. Toast every time we scratch something off our bucket list. My nigga, I've been praying more, staying away from sucker shit. It's crazy how you run across a show and fall in love with it. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, we gon' be here by an hour talking true events. Another week, another topic. To everyone that's here, thanks for watching. Yeah, Patty's about to keep it real. Stars gon' drop some knowledge. Trending topics and relationship advice. You write, they read them. Email us in the DM if you think your nigga cheating or your chick. Folks don't know what loyal is. Niggas scared to tell the truth. We tie the cap to look no further than these two. Got opinionated views, but still we gotta state the facts. I done heard a lot of other niggas shows and I'ma pass. And every time they're here, they give you everything they have. Shit, what more can you ask? These two the perfect match. Run it back. Hey, mark it in your calendars. Don't miss this broadcast. Tonight we live. Don't be in the comments. Fuck it up, no vibes. And when other shows copy us, let's all laugh. They say it's flattery, but nah. Fuck your podcast.
Hey. Gotta hit that at the end. All right, let me get the background music going. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Fuck Your Podcast. I am Star.
And it's your girl, Patty Mayo.
And we are back after taking 2 weeks off. And I must say, like, in all honesty, I definitely needed that 2 weeks. I did need it. So
yes, thank you for saying that, because sometimes you just be needing a break.
Right. So I definitely needed the 2 weeks, and my arm is feeling better. So hopefully it will keep feeling better.
Yes.
Toast. We haven't toast. Let's toast it up.
Okay.
What are we toasting to? It's still my birthday. I know for the podcast.
That is true.
Last week or the week prior. So
the week prior. So we gotta happy birthday, Star. Happy birthday, Star. And how? And to new beginnings.
The new beginnings, yes.
Cheers.
And I'm still accepting birthday gifts. All right.
Period, sis. All month long.
Woo. That was nasty. So how was your weekend?
Girl, my weekend was so good. I can't even tell you what I did other than I'm moving, getting a new apartment.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm so happy about that. What else did I do? I really haven't been doing much. I've really just been focusing on me, focusing on the other podcast, just trying to maintain that and, working and everything like that. But, same old for me. How's your weekend? How was your week?
My week has been good. Just working. Working, but not working. Working on the podcast. But that's basically it. Just working all the way around.
Right. That's how I feel. Just like busy. And I can't even remember what I did, but I know I was busy. I was doing something.
Right. All right. So.
Hey, Ash.
Hey, Ash. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the topic. So I know everyone has been seeing the hashtag on social media in SARS. And now, let me turn the background. It sounds loud. Turn that down. But anyway, so I know that everybody has been, seeing the hashtag in SARS, and also now the new hashtag that says in SWAT. So there's a lot that's been going on in Nigeria, and it's basically the same shit that we deal with here. But it kind of seems like theirs is a lot worse. And, we deal with a lot with police brutality and, black men getting killed in the street or whatever. But their SWATs over there, they've been protesting. They've been protesting ever since October, when a young man was killed by one of the officers. Now, it's been a peaceful protest that's been going on over there, but they're saying that 11 people was killed by police officers during the protest that they were having. Some media is reporting that 10 people, some people are reporting less, but they're protesting with the police brutality. They're protesting with them like arresting them, like racially profiling them for rape. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
they have
torture their victims.
right. Um, so what is your take on this?
I'm just, I don't know, like I'm just, kind of confused as to why they would ban it, but then they would still also ban protesting, knowing that they've already banned SARS and that they've banned this type of police brutality. But what I read up on was they put into place these committees and all of these programs to help stop police brutality and to really, train the police and teach them how to deal with their citizens. Unfortunately, it's all been just a joke because they haven't done anything to change it. And even with the president saying that he's going to ban something like this, they're still allowing the police to go out and kill protesters.
Right.
So it says a lot about what America is teaching other countries, if you think about it. Because if they're doing it here in America and police are getting away with it, then why can't they get away with it in other countries?
But you got to think about it. In other countries, it's been going on for a lot longer. And
yeah, and their whole government system is corrupt.
It is corrupt. So, I mean, ours is corrupt too, but theirs is corrupt on a level to where I would not want to live in that type of environment. You get what I'm saying?
Right, because it's completely different. But what I'm saying is, because they're looking at America, all countries, they idolize America. That's just the truth of it. So if other countries are seeing the way that we handle our government, they're going to take complete abuse of it because they know that nobody's really watching.
Right.
There's nobody to govern them.
Right. So a lot of celebrities have been doing the hashtags as well. I've seen Nas and Rihanna do it. But the head of the police said he did announce that SWAT they said that they're going to ban SARS, right? But they said that they're going to let SWAT handle their duties moving forward. But they're basically saying SWAT is just another name.
It's the same thing.
The same thing, right? But he was basically saying that, the officers will have like a psych evaluation, a medical examination before they're redeployed. So you're basically putting the same people back out on the streets.
No.
You get what I'm saying? So that's just like how we talk about police reform in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, with police reform, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But yet nothing really changes. And the same people that was out here racially profiling and, using excessive force, you're retraining them and you're putting them back out, in the streets. But even though you're retraining them, nothing is really changing their mindset on how they look at Black men every day. You get what I'm saying? So
they have to take it more seriously, just like having to take it more seriously here in America. They have to really understand their citizens and understand what their citizens need from them, from their country. And they can't have police out there called SWAT and SARS. That's not normal to call your police force a SWAT. Like, what do you think of when you hear SWAT? It's not normal police, not to me. It feels like, like the army kind of. Right. So imagine your whole entire country being governed by the army. That's your police system.
Right. Yeah, it's just it's a fucked up situation. And I pray that, things change over there, because you got to think about it. The shit that we're facing, it's a lot of shit that we have to deal with. And it's like, it's, always a hashtag every other week, but imagine the shit that, other countries have to go through when they're facing police brutality and, the government, and it's just filled with more corruption than it is here. It's just a real sad situation. So, prayers for them, hoping that things do change. Now, speaking of things that's changing for us, so, Ice Cube, he did receive a lot of backlash in regards to a meeting that he had with Trump. Now, I didn't understand why people was giving him backlash, because he's been all for Black people. You know what I'm saying? He's been for making a change. Mind you, he doesn't have to do it. Like, he has money. You know what I'm saying? He has money and he's good. but for him to to step out of his comfort zone or in his rich world or lifestyle, for him to try to put something in place for Black people, I thought that was pretty dope of him, because he's been speaking out against police brutality for years. So I don't understand why people think that he would basically sell out. I thought that was really, really stupid.
I think the issue is that he partnered or is trying to help Trump on his campaign, when in this case it's like, do you think he really should have helped him? Do you think like it's necessary, or do you like what do you think he should have done? Is what I'm. Ice Cube.
So no, I think he did the right thing. This is what people didn't understand. Ice Cube went to the.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about people. That's what I'm saying, because they're saying that they don't appreciate what he did because he partnered with Trump. It's not really about what he's proposing. It's the fact that he partnered with Trump.
It's not a partnership. Like, that's what people are not like. Some people don't like to read the facts. And Ash, I didn't read the whole thing, but I did hear that his what he outlined was really good. But he didn't partner with anybody. What he did was he reached out to the Democratic Party, and he also reached out to the Republican Party. Now, the Democratic Party said that they would they'll contact him after the election. So here's somebody that's trying to put something in place for Black people, and you want to get our Black vote, but you're telling him, oh, okay, yeah, we'll wait till after the election. So you're putting all of these policies in place, but the policies that you're putting in place, it's not to help Black people. It's for minorities. I'm not a fucking minority. You know what I'm saying? Because minority, that category falls under every fucking body at this point. You know what I'm saying? So if he's trying to put something in place, and
specifically for Black Americans,
for Black Americans, it was called I think it was the contract,
the Platinum Plan.
The Platinum Plan, right? The contract was Black America. So Trump administration said that they were willing to listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But he but not Donald Trump. Ice Cube went on, he spoke with Roland Martin today, and he basically said both of the plans on both sides is flawed, is lacking a lot. And he said that, you know, if the Trump administration is willing to hear him out and come to the table with a plan, you know what I'm saying? He said he's willing to look at it. Who wouldn't be willing to look at it? Not saying that we like Trump and we want to vote for Trump, but the things that are going to be put in place, they're going to help us. They're going to help put us forward. Yeah. He's trying to bring millions of jobs to Black American people. So for people to, and I honestly think people was just really trolling. And I hope that he doesn't seem like he's even like entertaining the bullshit. But I hope that, you know, he don't let that,
did you guys hear his response? So did you hear what he said?
I heard him. Yep.
Yeah.
I heard it.
So he's not worried about it. He's just saying like we have to do something, you know, like he's telling the truth. All politicians, they're all the same. No matter what. Right. They're all liars. They're all going to do what they want to do to get the vote. That's what's important to them, getting the vote. They don't really care about you specifically, but if they're putting things in place for you specifically, then you need to pay attention to that. I'm not a fan of Trump, but I'm a fan of the plan.
Yeah, and
it makes sense.
I'm a fan of the plan too, but like, instead of the Democratic Party not wanting to hear him out before and implement something prior, so and it's like they need
to be catching on
the Black vote, right? But they don't want to offer any benefits to the Black people. They're just saying, oh well, if you're Black, I know you ain't gonna vote for Trump, but it's like the thing is like you're not putting anything in place for Black people, but yet you want.
And you would think that they would, especially if Trump can advise and revise and add things to his plan, then that means that Joe Biden can do the same thing.
Right.
So why isn't he trying to do something that is for just Black people?
Right. Do you want to read a little bit of the comments? Because I don't want to see everybody.
Yeah, let me get up here to Ash says if even 70% of the contract was to go in effect, it will benefit the Black community greatly. Yes, it would. Vantage AC says the Platinum Plan will be a game changer. I support it. Ash said he isn't partnering with Trump. Trump was the only one who agreed to speak with him. Simone Nelson said, hey, Blue Things. Hey, Simone.
Hey, Mom.
Ash said the Democratic Party because the contract passing even 50% would have definitely helped them win the vote.
Right. And that's my thing. Like, they're not looking at it in that light. And I just feel like they're basically leaving us out to dry. And I feel like every fucking election, we're left out to dry. They want the black vote, but they don't want to offer any benefits. Everything comes under the table as, oh, well, we're going to help the minorities. Oh, well, we're going to, it's like we're getting trickled down benefits. You know what I'm saying? But the trickle down benefits is basically dispersed amongst everybody. And if there's enough left, then yeah, black people, may reap some of the benefits. But I don't understand why there can't be something specifically in place for black people, because you have stuff specifically in place for the LGBT community. You have stuff specifically in place for any other type of nationality except for fucking black people. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like we're always left holding the empty fucking bag when it comes to getting our vote for in the elections. I just feel like, it is good to vote on a local level. You know what I'm saying? Because that really affects us, and especially like the court system.
I think that's the most important vote, honestly.
That is really, really important. But I just feel like, we're always in a fucked up position when it comes to voting, and how they try to sway, they try to play us against each other. Like the Democrats are not doing this for you guys, and then the Republicans will come out with their shit. But it's like, both of y'all are full of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So right now you're basically just voting for the lesser evil. You're voting for the person who is going to have more of a benefit for you specifically, or that, you can agree with some of their terms.
Right.
But
I feel like, and before we just jump to the next subject, I just feel like, they may have, because he said he never met with Trump. He said he's not endorsing Trump, any of that shit. But he said, but I just feel like, sometimes they'll meet with you, but even though they may not, entertain what you're trying to, the plan that you're trying to put into action. But, I feel like at this point, I don't think anything is going to change. I mean, I could be wrong. But I just feel like nothing's going to change at this point. I'm just.
Well, obviously the Republicans are not playing fair because in California, the Republicans got caught planting unauthorized ballot boxes around certain communities.
Yo, how crazy is that? Like, and then they admitted to the shit. So like, this whole election shit is going to be so crazy because you think about so I did a mail-in ballot, and I don't know if I should have did a mail-in ballot, but I don't want to go and stand in those lines.
Yeah.
With COVID, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, and a lot of people are like that. But now it's like, damn, is my ballot even gonna fucking reach the right place? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't understand how they're gonna really secure this whole election shit. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I just don't understand it, because how are you saying that you were intending to collect it and give it to election officials? How do you do that?
But you're setting fake drop-off boxes, like,
exactly, which is completely illegal. It's called like kidnapping of ballots or some shit like that, But it just shows exactly how the election is going to go, because Trump's response to it is, well, the Democrats did it, why can't we do it?
But not only that, like with the whole debate, the presidential debate, and him supposedly having COVID, like, I don't really believe it, because he's all about, let me see the paperwork. He wanted to see Obama's birth certificate and all of that, but nobody's seen any positive results or negative. And you're out here in the streets, you're in the cars, you're doing these fucking.
He was expecting for people to feel bad for him so he can gain a vote. I don't feel like anybody felt bad.
No, I don't think all his supporters. But how can you bounce back after fucking 3 days and just be out? That makes no sense.
And that's the thing that I'm concerned with the Kamala Harris situation too. They're trying to bounce back in 3 days too.
Well, I know one of her two people, I guess somebody on the aircraft, and then one of her administrative, they tested positive, which she was
Mhm.
on a flight with him, but they were supposed to be wearing their N95 mask the whole time. But her campaign is at a halt, but Joe Biden, he's still supposed to be like continuing his campaign. She tested
Mhm.
negative twice, but I think they're going to do another test just to make sure. But I'm gonna read the two topics. The two responses. So Vintage said that I don't think either party will do anything that will directly help the Black community. I agree. Ash says I don't trust that. If I can't stand in line for groceries, I want my vote to be in the right hands. Yeah, and I know. And the crazy part about it is, even though you want to make sure your ballot goes through, it's like you're still risking getting coronavirus, you know what I'm saying, from some stranger that you're standing in line with, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go out though to vote. I just feel like safer that way. I just feel like I know exactly where it's going. With all this new shit going on, I don't trust the mail in or anything like that. I just don't trust it. I'm not there yet. It's all new to me.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, my cousin just sent me some crazy shit talking about some y'all need to call me ASAP. I don't know, but that shit looks crazy as hell. That's flying in the air by him. Um, but what was I saying? Oh,
Like
so
a UFO? Hold on.
it looks something like that.
Oh hell no.
I said, what is that? But anyway, so with the whole presidential debate, like I know you guys watched it, and
Mhm.
I know that we were supposed to have another debate today, but they ended up canceling it because of the whole corona shit or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like when they were having the debate, like Trump shit was a shit show between him and Biden, and Kamala and Penn, whatever his name is, Pence. He
Makes sense.
that shit was a shit show as well. But I feel like they both wasn't really answering questions that they should have been answering to get votes. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, they weren't.
going around the wheel, and then it's like I don't know if Biden is trying to keep his fucking whatever he's putting on the table, like he's trying to keep it a secret. It's really weird. It's really
Well, I mean, I know Biden has a lot of like dark, I don't want to say secrets, but a lot of dark history. He's
yeah.
been
So
through a lot.
him and Kamala.
But I just felt like that whole debate was just, it was an argument. It was never, them trying to address the actual questions, because even the who, like, I don't know what he would be called, the indicator, the commenter,
Yeah.
the questionnaire, I don't know, whoever the hell he is. He was trying to calm them down. Like there should be none of that in a debate of somebody trying to calm you down or somebody trying to bring you back to the actual question. Just answer the question and move on. If you guys don't like each other, then save the conversation for later. But you guys don't have to keep going back and forth at each other, bringing up personal stuff, bringing up Joe Biden's son. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, yeah, you don't do that. Joe Biden's son passed away. You don't do that.
That shit was crazy as hell.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah, that was wrong. But she said that you will be able to scan your ballot to track it. I've already filled out for it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not going to go stand in that line. But anyway, so shout out to Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the self-made richest woman. She was what was she, number 2?
33.
She was number 2 on the list, or 3. There was a few.
Number 33.
Oh, number 33. So well, I'm talking about the list between, they posted it on the Shade Room. So it was Kylie, Kim. I don't know if she was before Kim or what the situation was, but but I don't feel like Kylie is self-made though, because her family already had money. What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess you can say that, but at the same time, it's like we're not counting the before money. You know what I'm saying? We're counting the money that she made off of her businesses.
Right.
So
You can't be self-made if you was already in a position to where your financial status was good, and then and then off of that money you built an empire. You know what I'm saying? So if you started from scratch and really didn't have anything and you came from nothing, that to me, I feel like that's more of being self-made.
self-made. Yeah, I definitely feel like Rihanna deserves that because I feel like she's been getting so much backlash from everyone. Just where's the music? Where's the music? Where's the music? But nobody's paying attention to the stuff that she's actually doing. Like she's making so much noise just with her businesses alone. Her music is amazing. Let's not get me wrong, but she has a beauty line. She has a lingerie line. Like
She's doing a lot
she's
with
doing amazing stuff.
Fenty. And not only
Yeah,
that,
she's doing movies.
yeah, she's doing movies, but makeup seemed like that's the way to make money. So we might as well come out with a makeup line. And I don't even wear makeup, but I wear a lot of bliss decks. Maybe I can come out with a line, something
A chapstick line or something.
right. But yeah, I'm not really into the whole makeup thing, but it seems like people are really making money off of that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because for her, for Rihanna, like she made colors that are specifically for Black women. Like it took years for them to come up with certain shades that fit different colors because for a while, even myself, I was mixing foundations and mixing concealers to come up with a perfect shade. When now I can just get a shade that actually fits my skin color.
Yeah, her shade is her shades are really on point for
Yes.
Black women. Yo, I tried the
Absolutely.
MAC when I got married, yo, and yo, I hated my makeup. I didn't know who I looked like, but I didn't look like me. I hated it because I just felt like it just didn't match my skin tone. I don't know. I hate
Right. It should be an effortless match
yeah.
when it
All
comes to
right, so
makeup.
we can go ahead and jump into the relationship topics. We didn't have a lot for you guys this week, but go ahead. Do your thing, baby.
Okay, so my first question is actually for the men. If your woman who you have been with for years gets pregnant and then asks you for a paternity test, what is your next move?
So the woman would be asking him. Oh,
The woman is asking.
so this is my question too. Like I seen where there was a topic about men taking paternity tests even if you're married. And I mean, to some degree, I can see it because how these chicks be nowadays, they just be sleeping with, different dudes, even though they're married. So I can definitely see that. And
Just never heard of a girl asking for it. That makes me feel like she was out here doing her thing.
She's asking for a reason. That's because she was out here starting and bopping.
She don't know who that baby is for.
Right.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
I feel it's a fucked up situation, especially if you're married. Like, imagine you being happy about your wife being pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And then when the baby's born, she's like, yeah, so I'm going to need you to take a paternity test. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit's a fucked up situation.
Yeah, you already told on yourself. As soon as you ask me for that paternity test, like as a man, I already know what's going on. Like I already cheated.
Right. Okay. So what about this though? What about if you're pregnant and you're like to your dude, like, yeah, I just found out, I took the test, I'm pregnant, and he's like, oh, okay. And then when the baby's born, he asks you for a fucking paternity test. Like right there in the hospital, like, hey, when the baby comes out, he looks at the baby and he's like, oh, okay. Can y'all do a paternity while y'all are in the room, yo? Like, how would you feel about that?
It's even more disrespectful because he looked at the baby and asked for it. I'd be fighting. Like
But if you felt like that your wife was stepping out on you, I mean, sometimes a dude can tell if that's their baby or not, but to be on a safe side, if you know that your girl was on some type of whole shit, I would ask, yo. I would. If I was a dude, I would ask. And
yeah, I would just feel completely disrespected as a woman in a relationship or in a marriage or whatever it is. Like, don't disrespect me, sir.
but also you have to flip that around. See, so now you see how you feel disrespected. So look how the guy's gonna feel. He gonna feel disrespected too. Like, bitch, what? Like,
Right, no, well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't ask my man for a fucking paternity test. That's the weirdest shit.
yeah,
Like, why the fuck? Like, I know
you've
who
been
my
out
baby daddy
doing
is.
if you've been out here doing your thing, then
I ain't got these whole problems.
right.
I put that in the past.
So another thing, so I don't know if you guys seen a few weeks ago, Jeannie Mai, she was on her, what is their talk show again?
The real?
The Real. Is it The Real?
Yeah.
Okay, girl, I don't watch those daytime TV shows.
She said, is it the real?
But anyway, so she was on her TV show and she was basically saying that, you know, when she gets married to Jeezy, she wants to be submissive and, you know, things like that. Like, oh, I feel like, you know, if I'm going to be married, I want my husband to lead and things
I agree with it.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad that we're discussing this because we have to.
Okay.
All right. So why do you agree with that? And
I agree with it.
Please let me know your opinion. Go ahead.
Okay. I agree with this because I'm an independent ass woman. So I do so much already. When I'm at work, you know, I'm in charge. When I'm, you know, out, I'm in charge. Like I'm always in charge. I'm always busy. I'm always doing something. So when I come home, I want my man to be able to be like, you know what, babe, I got this, you know, let me take care of you. Let me rub your feet. You know what I mean? And then, you know, then I'll do for him. Like, okay, wait, maybe I'm getting it wrong because your face is telling me I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah, you get
that's him submitting to me. Maybe I lied. Maybe I don't want to submit. Maybe I like submission to me.
To me, I feel like being submissive is like letting your guy lead, letting him run everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you're being submissive to him as far as like whatever goes on in the household and just whatever. Like he is the leader.
Well, yeah. Yeah, tell me when I come home. I mean, I don't want to say him leading me as in telling me what to do or telling me how to be.
That's being submissive.
But I feel like as if, you know, if you're going to be in charge of the household, is that what you mean? Like being in charge of the household, like taking care of things? I don't know, because at the same time, I don't know how I feel. I just can't because I need to know what's going on.
So
I need to know what's happening.
Follow the leader. So
yeah, I don't feel like shit would get done if I wasn't the leader or we wasn't on the same, you know.
So that's my thing. So it's like, yo, it's, you know, you can be submissive if you choose to do that to a certain extent. I feel like
leave it to the bedroom because
right. But I feel like at a certain point, it's like I don't need you to be. I don't want to be on no follow the leader type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we're doing things equally in a household, then we should equally have responsibilities and be able to do things equally. You know what I'm saying? Like like it's, to me, I just feel like people, like a lot of women, they kind of go based off of like the olden days. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask, do you ever have your moments where you're submissive? I know I do have moments where I'm submissive to my man. It's not all the time. It's not lead me, I'm following you, you tell me what to do, but you must have submissive moments.
I mean, but like when we're having sex or like
when you're having sex or just when he feels the need to take charge, because especially when you're in a partnership and you guys both go half and half, sometimes men just naturally want to, you know, just do extra so that you feel comfortable, you feel like a woman, you feel taken care of. So there's those times where you just have to feel submissive.
So I mean, I don't feel like that's being, to be honest, I don't feel like it's being submissive. I feel like sometimes, like for instance, if your man want to go above and beyond and be like, yo, I got this, I'm gonna handle this or whatever. I don't think that's a part of being submissive. He's just saying like, yo, I'm gonna take care of this. You don't got to worry about anything. You get what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like being submissive is just to like listen to your man. I don't know if that falls under you're gonna cook and clean and wash the clothes and all of that.
Yeah, see, I don't think about submissive of like the 1950s time. I think about, you know, being submissive as obviously sexually. And then, when it comes to those moments where he wants to take charge, that's how I think of it. I feel like even men can be submissive too. Because sometimes I know as myself as a woman, sometimes I want to go above and beyond, like I got this. And that's a man, having to say, all right, well, you want to take it, you do that. And that's being submissive on his part.
Right. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. Like, I mean, being submissive is not for everyone. And if it's something that if she like it, I love it. That's their relationship. That's something that they got to deal with.
What's her definition of it?
I don't really know. To be honest with you, when she was talking, I was just like, what? But actually, I can play what she said. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me play what she said before we get into the next topic.
Jack says, I think Patty's thinking 50 Shades of Grey. Maybe.
When I hear this definition, like you just said, Adrian, submitting has a negative connotation. It means that you are less important, you are lower than that person that you're submitting to. It usually can be like, referenced as somebody who works lower than you. And that's not what I'm referring to here.
Yeah,
but what I really learned in my life for my definition of marriage, I'm not saying what I want works for everybody. I'm saying for me, I'm a very dominant woman. I own my business. I lead my teams. I played my own manager, my own publicist, my own lawyer when I didn't have money to have those people. So I make the decisions in my life. When I come home, I like the idea that my man leads us. That doesn't mean that in this case, Jay makes all the decisions for us. That doesn't mean that when he says, "Hi, Jeannie Mai."
All right. So that was really it. So, okay. So with being submissive, she's basically saying what you kind of said a little bit as well, how you kind of, are in the workforce and things like that. And I get it. But, when I think of submissive, I think of like, back in the day when
like you just waiting on your man, like.
But I mean, it's okay for guys to lead, sometimes. But even if I'm my own boss and things like that, I feel like in a relationship or even in a marriage, if we're meeting each other at the round table, it should be a 50-50 thing. You know what I'm saying? And if he want to take the lead sometimes and handle certain things, great. I'm all for that. But, I just feel like we should be equal partners. And, that's how I just feel in a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like when you're in a relationship, though, there's going to be some times where one person's leading the other person. And that's just like, it's natural. You're not always going to come 50-50. Sometimes somebody wants to do something more for the other person or whatever the case is. But I kind of agree with what she's saying. But at the same time, I just could never fully commit to just being somebody's like, yes woman, or somebody's like, you have to do this when you come home. Like, no, motherfucker, leave me alone today. You know what I mean?
I've never
heard. All right, let me get into the comments. Ash says, at the end of the day, it's partnership. There are situations when I'm going to take the lead naturally, and the same for him naturally leading, where he's more knowledgeable. We both submit in different ways. Right. Jack says, yes.
All right, so we'll go ahead and jump into the next release. So somebody sent in a few letters. Well, a few people sent in a few letters. You want to read that?
Okay, let me get to it. All right, Dear FY Podcast. I recently started an online boutique with a friend of mine who I used to date years ago. Recently she has been asking her current girlfriend to model for our website. I told her she could, and we set up the photo shoot. At the photo shoot, her girlfriend kept changing the looks that I put together. Oh, hold on. Something happened. Okay, at the photo shoot, her girlfriend kept changing the looks that I put together and refused to wear certain things. This was unprofessional for a model to do, so I told my partner that she needed to fire her as the model and we can go with someone else. Now we aren't talking because she feels like I disrespected her girlfriend because I'm jealous. What should I do?
I mean, in a business, I feel like it's hard to go in business, especially when you're in business with friends.
I don't feel like she's wrong at all.
No, she's definitely not wrong, but you don't. To me, I just feel like you don't mix business with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are, she shouldn't have hired her girlfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you felt like this
especially knowing that that's your ex, the current girlfriend probably knows that you're her ex and probably came in with that attitude. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't respect that bitch. You know what I mean?
That's something that you can't really. That it's a messy situation, just like Vantage said. It's very messy, very very messy.
Yeah,
but I feel,
and I don't think that she was being jealous or anything like that. I just feel like the other girl came in there with the attitude like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Right, but when you're mixing that type of thing, it can be very very messy. But she should have never agreed to allow her to
model.
Right, to be a part of it, because that's when, you know, with a partnership, you're supposed to be like, you know what, we shouldn't have anybody that we're connected to. You know what I'm saying? It should be somebody that we hire like on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Because
I feel like she was just probably trying to be nice and show that she didn't care about what was going on. But even as like a model coming in, like me thinking like, if that was my business, if these are my clothes, I'm putting together a look. This is for my catalog, my magazine, my website. There's a certain look I want to present. Why the fuck are you changing the look that I'm giving you? And why are you refusing to wear certain pieces? No, you're fired. Business friend, whoever you are, you would be fired because that's unprofessional. And you came here for one purpose only. And you're not willing to provide that. And the partner should have been like, I get it. Because, you know, business-wise, this is what we're looking for. And my girlfriend didn't represent that. And I'm going to let her go. And I'm going to talk about that with my girlfriend. I'm not going to let it interfere our business.
Right. So
you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm like, what is that noise?
Hearing ghosts and shit.
But yeah, it's a very, very messy situation. You definitely have to be careful when you're mixing those type of, okay, it's the ice machine. All right. When you're mixing those type of situations.
Yes. That's sticky.
It's very sticky. So I have a question, right? So Simone actually sent this to me. Shout out to Simone. She sent this to me, and it was basically relating to being in a relationship with hold on, I'm trying to find it. So it says, ladies, if sex is going to be a chore for you, why do y'all consistently push monogamy on men? Now, just to play a little bit of what he said, because I felt a way about this, because it's like,
yeah, me too. I feel attacked.
I'm not allowed.
So listen,
based on our marriage laws and the contract we've signed with each other,
right,
to have sex with anybody else.
Right.
So these urges that come, I have to share them with the one person I decide to spend the rest of my life with.
Right.
So that brings me back to my soundbite.
Okay.
Right. I don't understand, and this is what we can discuss as a woman, because I don't want to say it's a man versus woman thing, but a lot of women do complain, oh, my husband's always on me. Why is he always on me? If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on him?
Okay. All right. So her response is basically what my response is about to be right now. All right. Let me get the going before I get into his ass. Now, I feel like when you're in a relationship or a fucking marriage, nobody's pushing monogamy on you. That's just basically an unspoken rule. Because if I was out here giving away your wop, you'll be all in your feelings. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, we're not, if the monogamy part is an issue, then it wouldn't be an issue if we're in a relationship. Well, so we're basically at an open relationship then. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I feel like, you know, guys don't understand when it comes to women, and guys may feel this way as well. When it comes to having sex, sometimes your mind isn't there because you're dealing with so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids and you're running around chasing the kids all around the house, getting their shit together, cooking dinner and all of that shit. And he's coming home, he didn't eat, he took his shower, and then at the end of the night, you know what I'm saying? He's
ready for some loving. He wants all the attention.
He wants all the attention, but you didn't give all of your attention to the kids all day long, helping with homework and all of that shit. Or you could just have a headache. Your cycle could be coming on. You know, I just feel like with the whole monogamy situation, it's like, yo, if we're going to be in a relationship, we're both agreeing to that. I'm not pushing shit on you, you know? How do you feel?
Right. Absolutely. I agree with that. I feel like if you're marrying somebody or if you're in a relationship with somebody, then you've already committed. This is the person for you. So whatever comes with that, especially when it comes to sex, because nobody's going to always be in the mood for sex. Sex cannot happen 24/7. It can't. It's just not like that. Right. But if it's coming to a point where, you know, you feel as if you're not getting enough sex from your partner and you feel the urge to go outside of your marriage or your relationship, then there's a conversation that needs to be had. I feel like this young man is holding in some resentment or something, you know, he sound angry.
They've been married for a long time. I don't know the name of their podcast, but it's like a husband and wife podcast. And you know, she was going in on him like, yo, like, and he's like, oh, well, you're not answering the question. She's like, yo, I am answering the question. She's like, yo, I didn't force you to do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We agreed to be in a relationship. And I just feel like, you know, I shouldn't have to fucking be a 24-hour Krispy Kreme donut stop, hot and ready. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
It shouldn't be that way. But, you know, I just think guys are not as sensitive when it comes to women and their feelings. You know, when it comes to sex.
What is normal? Like what is normal for men? Like, how much sex do you actually need to feel satisfied? A week, a day? Like, what is going to satisfy them?
You know what it is? I don't even think guys be wanting sex every day. I just feel like they just, in their mind, they want that option. They want to have that option to have sex every day. Just be like, oh yeah, I want to have. But I just feel like if you have a fucking job and you're busy and you got shit going on in your life, as a man, you know, yeah, you want to have sex sometimes, but every single day, and you're working a full-time job and it's just a lot of shit going on, I don't see it. I mean, but I could be wrong. You can read the comments a little bit.
Yes, it looks like we got some comments over here. So Ash said, oh wait, hold on, let me go to vintage. Especially when you live with shorty, sex not happening every day on command. Right. And you're a man. So okay, you understand. All right. So Ash says, good point, Star. Life gets busy. However, in a relationship, when sex was frequent and important, when they get married, then the sex disappeared, and that's huge. So people need to make time for each other.
Right. So there's
I can see that.
Right. So even like you being in a relationship, me being married, there's nothing wrong with making time to have sex for your spouse. You know what I'm saying? But what I think people don't realize, and a lot of people won't admit to it, but I've had several conversations with people who are married and people that are in a relationship, how their sex life has been affected due to COVID. You know what I'm saying? Due to being in the house every single day, especially when we were on a strict lockdown. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like when life events and things change, that change the dynamics of your sex life or whatever's going on. And it doesn't necessarily always lead to a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, like say y'all haven't had sex because, you know, there's been a lot going on. It doesn't mean you guys don't love each other or somebody's stepping out. It's just a lot of shit that's been going on. But I just feel like you have to make time. She's right. You definitely have to make time because you don't.
And it sounds weird. It sounds weird, like scheduling sex, but you do. You have to implement that into your life.
Right.
Whether it be you guys say like, okay, we're gonna have like a fun date night, but it's gonna be like sexual, or we're gonna have like a sex game night where it's just me and you and we're playing like sex games, or let's get drunk tonight and have like just make that time, or like, you know, initiate it so that both you are on the same page. Because like I said, when you're going through so much and you're living together and you're dealing with so many things on a different day-to-day basis, these people aren't on the same page. You guys are dealing with different things. So you might come in looking at the girl like, damn, she look good. I want to, have sex. But she probably like, damn, I'm tired. Like, I done been working all day. I've been on my feet all day. I'm ready to hit this bed. I don't want to see nothing, hear nothing, talk to nobody. And so you have to do it on a time when you guys are on the same page.
Right. And imagine how many marriages have been fucking broken up due to fucking COVID.
Right. So many relationships, right. So many marriages.
You want to jump into the last few comments and then we'll go to the next topic, the next story.
Yes. So Jack says some men multiple times. Sometimes I think it's therapy to them to escape like a drug. And Ash says you can't go from 4 times for several months and drop to once a week or once a month. That's crazy. Communication needs to be had. Right. So Sim says true.
So yeah, I agree with.
Is Sim Simone? Because what happened to her name?
She's fancy now.
Okay.
But I agree. I agree with you, Ash. Like, yes, that's a drastic change, but you also got to think what transpired during that time. You know what I'm saying? But right. Communication is definitely key.
All right, let's hop into the next topic. Okay. Dear FY Podcast, me and my girlfriend... We'll stop moving. Me and my girlfriend haven't seen each other in a while. We don't live near each other, and she is coming to visit me this weekend. I put on some extra pounds, and I'm curious to see if the sex is going to be different. It's been 4 months since she last saw me, and I've gained about 50 pounds. We speak on FaceTime, but I'm afraid her seeing me in person might change how she feels. From a woman's perspective, have you ever dealt with a man gaining excessive weight during a relationship, and how did you feel? Here's some info. I weighed 220 when we first met, and now I'm 272, and I'm 5'9".
So, is he fat? I don't know.
It's not like he's a little chunky.
Yeah, yo, that's. Oh wow. Like, okay, I get that you may have gained weight, right? Mm-hmm. But 50 fucking pounds, my nigga, like...
Do you think like that will change the sex? I don't know. I think that might change us a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if his stomach is in the way and I'm trying to ride that shit like a rodeo. Get the fuck out of here. No. No.
So, my question is your penis longer than your belly? Does your penis surpass your stomach?
Well, that's what you should.
If that's the case, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do that because it's a personal question.
If I would have got that message, I would have been like, how long is it?
Can you see your dick? Can you see your dick? If you can see your dick, I think you might be good, you know? But if you can't see it, you might have some problems, and just, if all else fails, doggy style.
To be honest with you, okay, let's switch it around a little bit, right?
Okay.
50 pounds is a lot to gain. Over fucking the whole COVID shit, I packed on a few pounds too, and I don't like the pounds.
It's been 4 months.
I don't
4 months, 50 pounds. Right?
So I'm not even gonna tell y'all how much weight I gained because I think my doctor's scale it's evil. It's against me. I hate it.
That's all.
So now let's switch it. Let's reverse. Now, what if it was the woman who gained 50 pounds?
He's pushing that stomach up and he's doing what he got to do. I don't care about that.
If your girl was always in shape and looking good and she gained 50 pounds, that nigga's gonna be looking at her like, what the fuck? And you haven't seen her like in 4 months, but knowing niggas, they be like, yo, FaceTime me, let me see that pussy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck what you look like.
Right, but
put that stomach on my face.
Yeah, so Vince has said 4 months. Yes, apparently they live far apart from each other. But that's a long time.
Jack says, do I need to push the tummy or not?
But my thing is this: if a nigga, like, I feel like this, a real man don't really give a fuck about what your stomach is, or you got stretch marks, or them tiger, prints or whatever. he gonna lift that stomach up and go for the goal. Like, you know, that's a real man. These niggas out here that be wanting them Instagram models, you know, they may have an issue with it, but they ain't paying for no liposuction. So
Okay. Vintage said, you worried about the wrong issue. Not seeing your shorty in 4 months is the real issue.
right. But
Oh
damn,
my goodness.
so like I don't know. It depends. It depends on what the sex is gonna be like. So
I'm just saying, I wouldn't worry too much about the sex. If this is your girlfriend, she's probably, you know, you guys have been FaceTiming, like you said. She's probably seen it. You know, she's probably expecting you to be a little chunkier than you was before. And just put it down, you know. Lead off with the head. Yeah. Lead off with the head, because your mouth didn't change. Your tongue ain't lose ain't lose its size. So start with the head. And then, like I said, if all else fails, doggy style. You know, she'll feel all of that, whatever you got. Period.
All right, so let me read
the poom poom warm and tight, right? Shit, I hope so after fucking 4 months.
Yo, I cannot do. Wait, where's my oh, here it goes. All right, so then the one that I received is Dear FY Podcast. I need to figure out how to get my man back. We was dating for about 2 years and it was good, except for when it came time for me to give him head. I told him that I wasn't comfortable with it. And it's something that I'm just not really into. Apparently he got, I can't really see because I'm trying to read off of this screen. Let me see something. Sorry, let me get to my phone. All right, so Dear FY Podcast, I need to figure out how to get my man back. We was dating for about 2 years and it was good except for when it was time for me to give him head. I told him that I wasn't comfortable with giving head and it's just something that I'm not into. I guess he had enough after 2 years and ended it a few months ago. I'm at a point now where I want my man back. He's a good man and I've been practicing. And I'm willing to give him what he wants. The problem is he's dating a bitch that I don't like, and I refuse to lose a good man to a hoe like her. And I honestly love him, and I'm willing to do what he wants. Help.
I'm trying to know who she's been practicing on.
And Geneva, you're pretty good with giving advice as far as like when it comes to sex. So, give her advice. Because mine ain't gonna be good.
Okay. So first of all, you've kind of already lost him because he's with the girl who's already given him head. So your only option.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she probably been had practice other than whoever you practicing on. And don't tell this man that she was practicing. That's the first thing. Don't tell him that. So you're gonna think you're weird. Secondly, what you got to do is you got to invite him over and just pull his pants down and just show him that you've been practicing. You got to tell him nothing. Just pull it out and just do it. And if he likes it, then you might have a chance. If he doesn't like it, you might need to move on and practice some more.
I don't know, but you know, the bitch that he's with, she might be like a superhead pro. So that may be a bit of
using grapefruit and shit.
But I will say this, like, it's only been a few months. Like, let's be, realistic about the situation. It's only been a few months. And you're willing to go that extra mile. So I feel like there still may be a slim chance of him taking her back. He's willing to get the sloppy toppy. But
they got to be real sloppy. She got to, I mean, the practicing that she's been doing, it really got to pay off. I mean, she really had to have practicing because
she really has to really get in there and do her job, and she has to do it like she's balling.
Not no shot. Yeah, exactly. Ain't no shot head here. You trying to get him back, you got to let everything go. And then you're going to have to probably use some pussy too. Niggas love pussy. She might have to use a little bit of pussy too. I'm just saying.
Wait, I thought you said she might have to eat a little bit. I was about to say, wait, what?
I mean, that depends on what she's into, but no. Yeah, no.
Yo, all right, they're in the comments laughing. So wait, let's go up from you read what Jack said, that poom poom woman tight.
Vincent says she don't care. She already got size on deck.
Wow.
Sim says women are way more okay with that than men. Neek says, no head, no way. Right. Like, mm-mm. Jack says, thank you. What if suck that dangling from the jump? Right. Like, what are you so scared of, baby? If you can take the dick, take it. Because the right way.
Sometimes I feel like with if you're not good at it, you could be a little, uncomfortable. Like,
But my thing is you have to block that out of your head that you're not good part, because all you gotta do is just lick it. Like, just don't use no teeth, just lick around there, like suck it. And ask him, like, am I doing a good job? Let's look up and look helpless. Just look up and look helpless and with the wet mouth. He'll be like, you're doing a great job, baby. And he'll show you how to do it. Like, just,
Vantage, I have a question for you, right? That's so that issue's over. So Vantage, I have a question, right? So is in any guy in a chat, like if a woman is not willing to give you head, does that automatically just turn you off and there's no relationship there at all? Like is head a deal breaker? Because I feel like sometimes
she has to have fire pussy.
Can be able to get past that. Yeah, especially if she got fire. Like you should definitely be able to get past that.
Yeah.
What did he say?
She has to learn to enjoy.
All right, but what if she just can't do it at all and it's trash?
But that's a turn off. That would turn me the fuck off. Think about that. A man eating you out, just don't know what he's doing. Ain't no effort. He's like, look.
But
he's trying to taste it, but he's scared. What the fuck? Like, why are you scared to taste my? Like, what?
It would be,
that would turn me off immediately. Like, let me show you. And if you don't want to learn, and you gotta go, because I got somebody else who know how to do it. Okay? Because
that was
not okay.
I don't know. So stay pure.
Stay pure said. Mm-hmm.
Vantage said, I can work with you. Okay. All right. Two different. So, so that's good because, some guys don't really care. Other guys be like, nah, baby, you're going to have to learn how to.
You prepare for that.
All right, let's jump into the last one before we go. Was that it? That's all you had?
No, I got one more. Hold on. Dear FY podcast. My sister invited me and my new boyfriend over to her birthday dinner with the family. I've been dating him for a short while, but he seemed like a nice guy, so I figured why not? I let him know that he was invited, but the problem is I don't introduce my parents to just anyone. So now I'm feeling nervous about bringing him with me. I told him that I changed my mind and I wanted to go alone, and he told me that I'm just being childish and that he insists on going. I don't know what else to tell him to let him know I really don't want him to go. So should I just let him go and see what happens?
I don't know. It's a sticky situation because you already invited him, so you can't take back an invite. Like you can't
uninvite somebody, right?
Like I feel like that is a bit childish to take back the invite. She should have kind of thought about that before she invited him. Like those are options that you weigh prior. Like, my mom and dad's gonna be there and I don't really invite him. Should I do it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something you go, oh, he's invited, cool. Hey, you're invited. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think she kind of jumped the gun a little bit too quick, but you can't go back on it. Just bring them. I would just
I mean, how long are you waiting? Like if your sister's inviting him, she must like him. Right. She must know that your parents are gonna probably like him.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, yeah, you don't want to introduce your parents to just anybody, but I also feel like as a fucking grown woman, you are gonna date. So you're not you're not inviting him as, yeah, this is my future husband. Like, hey, this is a
you can say this is my friend.
Right. Yeah. That I'm kicking it with. We cool. We've been dating for a while, and that's it. Like, your parents are gonna look at it as, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell your parents the situation, then that's how they're gonna view the situation. Your father's not gonna be over there like, hey, well, what are your intentions with my daughter? Because that's not where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. I just feel like at some point, like I get it, it's scary introducing your parents to people, but at some point you have to understand if you're dating somebody that they're gonna want to meet your parents, and that things like what's gonna happen. They're gonna be invited. The holidays are coming up. You can't just leave him out. He's probably gonna invite you over to his family's house. Loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is dating. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Shit.
Yeah, I feel it. But anyway, so hopefully she figure it out. So Vantage said that he's willing to work with her as long as she gets better. Jack said her phone is messing up. I'm thinking about getting a new iPhone, but I think they got enough of my money.
Yeah. My phone's been doing some weird stuff too. It like locked me out of Snapchat, Zoom, all types of anywhere where I needed like a camera. It just logged me out of today. So I'm just over it.
Yeah, so you know when the new phone comes out, they start fucking us over. But
Yeah.
Vantage said, nah, tell him never mind. She can definitely do that.
I just feel like you can't do that. He already invited himself. He says either way he's going, so you're gonna have to deal with that.
He's already invited, baby. But all right, so we're about to get out of here. Make sure you guys follow us on all platforms, on Instagram, subscribe, hit the like button if you have not already did so. We will be back next week. And we have something special coming soon within the next few weeks that we're gonna make a good announcement. We're gonna make it. I don't know. We're gonna make a good announcement, baby. So we'll be making an announcement. You can email us at fypodcast1@gmail. You can follow us at FY Podcast on Instagram. Our website, www.fypodcast.com. My Instagram, StarZee, Patty Mayo, 2 Y's. Until next time, we are out. Thank you guys for always rocking out with us. I know we were gone for 2 weeks. My arm is feeling better. Hopefully it continues.
Look at her using it.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, love you guys. Yeah.